and for the final time in 2018, back with more Walking Dead. The mid-season finale for season 9. Crazy that we're here already. This season has honestly gone so quickly. It's unbelievable. It's just madness. It feels like Andrew Lincoln only left like a couple of days ago, and we're at the mid-season finale 3 weeks later. It's just madness. Apologies that this video is a bit later than I'd normally get it up. I had a uni assignment due today, so I had to kind of focus all my attention on that for the majority of today, which is unfortunate because I was really looking forward to watching this mid-season finale, but luckily I've kind of stayed away from spoilers. I was expecting it to be a longer episode as well, but it's not, which I think is probably a good move, because often there was a lot of padding when they just like have longer mid-season finales just for the sake of it. So I'm really kind of glad that we're just getting a standard kind of episode size, because it means I'll get right into it. Last week was a really great episode. I really enjoyed it. Learning a bit more about these new characters and how they work and how they might fit in to everything. Obviously we had very brief glimpses of like Rosita, and people kind of finding out that Eugene was missing, and we're going to get the proper full-on introduction to the Whisperers in this episode, I think, which should be very, very exciting. I've seen a few like preview clips. I think the clip they released, the sneak peek, was like the first few minutes of the episode, which I did watch because I was so intrigued, and it creeped me the fuck out. So I'm excited to see what this episode's going to kind of entail, and I'm nervous because I feel like we're going to lose someone, or more than one person, because it's a mid-season finale. They like doing that to us, but you know, I'm not sure anything could be quite as bad as last year's mid-season finale when we found out that we'd be losing Carl. So how's that been a year? Madness. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with this mid-season finale, because honestly I think season 9 has been stellar so far. I'm really, really loving it. And yeah, I'm excited to see what this is going to bring, but I'm very nervous too. Without further ado, let's get into it.
There's a storm coming. Doug!
I have a feeling there certainly bloody is, yeah. Oh, that's so creepy.
Now that you and Rosita are a thing, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, hot damn.
I want to understand why you do this.
I like how this has kind of shifted a lot from their scenes together in season 8. Wonder what went down in those 6 years, if there's like so much like disdain between them.
Just got these back.
Oh my god, just get rid of them.
She says thank you. We all do.
Wholesome content.
Okay.
Oh man. Why is everyone so off with each other? I don't like it. I saw someone comment, it's kind of crazy that that Michonne's probably known Sadiq longer than she knew Rick and Carl. Which is kind of nuts.
Who are your friends?
We're not friends yet. I'm Magna. This is Yumiko and Connie.
Yumiko, that woman, there's Yumiko. She was in Doctor Who. That's where I recognised her from.
Come on.
She got chucked into the river by the Sontarans, locking her in her car. So there you go.
We really need this fair. If Alexandria could just send a delegation.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to turn you down, you of all people. But we've had our troubles too. It's just the way it is.
It's a shame.
It is.
It is, yeah.
It was good to see you.
Oh, I hope we learn so much more about what's going
Easy,
on
tell
here.
Henry my best.
Let's hope they can organise a fair.
Daryl says he's been trading.
It's only fair to make a deal.
I think you'd be a damn good leader if you just stopped fighting it. You think that's what I'm doing? He spent a long time keeping people away.
Talking about how good of a leader Jesus could be, because he's getting screen time. It's worrying me.
Maybe one day he'll stop fighting it too.
I'm also very worried about the dog. The dog needs to be protected.
Got us some nails and screws for you to take home.
Aw.
I'm gonna make you proud.
You already have.
Oh. Cows hit me in the feels. Fuck. Stop it. I love that the guy playing older Henry is the brother of younger Henry and Sophia as well.
You got a sec?
Yeah, sure.
Are these two a thing? I was thinking that when we stood next to each other earlier. Are we getting a love triangle?
Got plans after dinner?
Oh, I was gonna see if
Yeah.
Enid wanted to.
They're together.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. Yes or something.
I thought they might be
I read
earlier.
something fascinating the other day.
It kind of makes me sad.
It's when odor molecules.
But, I mean, it's been
activate
6 years since
neurons in
Carl.
your nasal passages. So
He'd wanted to move on.
come in here. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know.
Hey, don't. It's bad enough I've got to clean up your shit. I shouldn't have to listen to it too.
Ha! Father Savage. Aw, Henry making friends. They're all gonna die, aren't they?
Out of here, seriously. I didn't make the choices I made because I thought they'd be easy. At least they're alive so they can hate me for it.
Whoa. What happened? Oh, hey, sweetheart.
Where am I?
You're at Hilltop. Jesus and Aaron found you.
How long have I been here?
Just a little over a day, but you gotta take it easy.
6 years.
Gene, he's still out.
Hey, Jane. Are you in there?
Affirmative.
Ah, good.
We could hear them. They were. They were whispering to each other.
Can you imagine how terrifying that would be? After years of thinking you just knew what walkers were.
I know how it sounds.
I love that this is really like made the walkers really threatening again, because you never know if they're actually walkers.
Oh, good game, champ.
I'd like to see you do better.
Oh, they're gonna be a thing. Oh shit.
I'm sorry.
Hey, asshole! What'd you do that for?
See, have some respect, you dick.
Fine.
Can he get out? Rick's gonna peer over the top. Take my hand, brother. That'd be great.
What? It's not any crazier than the dead being alive in the first place.
That's what I was gonna say.
Maybe they can learn strategy.
Oh shit. I didn't think that was gonna be happening yet. Oh no.
I saw my mom cry today. She's so tough, you know.
Oh.
Before that, I was just...
Me after every single night out. Without fail. Huh. Like that he used his arm to block him. I love the idea of like the mist and the fog and everything. Helping. Oh, I'm glad they're happening. Here we go. Ninja Jesus. Oh my god. Oh. Fuck, I knew something was going to happen to Jesus. And that Walker dodge though, fuck me. That was pretty cool. Aside from, you know, them killing Jesus. Again. He'll come back in 3 days, right? Oh, I think Aaron was kind of, let's say, very fond of him. Fuck! That's pissed me off. They were really bigging up his character the last few episodes. Is he gonna peel off like a mask or something? Yeah. It's terrifying, man. Don't you dare end. Bugger me. I thought that was a really good episode. To me, it didn't actually feel like a mid-season finale, apart from, like, the ending, and that scene with Negan getting out. Normally I kind of get the feeling like this is a finale, or this is a mid-season finale, but I feel like that kind of works to this episode's advantage, because it could kind of catch you off guard if you don't really know what's coming. But I actually think that's kind of an effective approach to take. Because it almost brings back the anyone could go at any time kind of feel, especially when he killed Jesus. Because I know in the comics him and Aaron get together, and I feel like he has quite a big role, which he hasn't really had. But I'll talk about Jesus later on. But I am quite upset at losing Jesus. That really sucks. I like the kind of mystery of what the fuck's happened in these 6 years, because there seems to be a lot of like animosity between different groups. So I hope we get a lot more insight into what really went on there, be it in like flashback form or whatever. That could be an interesting way of bringing Maggie back into it. If in future Lauren isn't, you know, available for like permanent like stays in the show, she can like do a couple of flashback scenes or something to fill in the gaps. But I'm really interested in finding out what went on with all that. I mean, I really like how they're making a mystery of, you know, what happened in these 6 years. I'm continuing to kind of warm slowly up to the new group. I like that they kind of got involved at the end there. Although I'm still finding Magna kind of difficult to like. She's okay, but yeah. I like how they kind of played on people knowing the whispers were coming. So they kind of teased us like the whole episode, and I really liked that set piece with like the fog everywhere, so you couldn't really see anything, and then you could hear the whispers and stuff. I really liked that, and just the whole idea behind the whispers I find so interesting, and it brings a lot of threat back into walkers, I think, in the show, which kind of makes it scary. I thought that was a really creepy sequence. This was quite a creepy episode, so I really liked that. And I'm very excited to see where they're going to go with like this story and this arc in the second half of the season. I really liked the spotlight on Negan and Gabriel's relationship in their couple of scenes together, kind of switching kind of the power that they had in their scenes together last season. So I found that quite interesting, in the way Negan still kind of likes manipulating stuff and everything. And he escaped, so I'm very excited to see what his story is going to be in the second half of the season. Should be very, very interesting. I'm very, very hyped about that, because they've been very reserved in their use of Negan this season. But I think we kind of need that after season 7 and 8. But that gets me really excited to see a lot more of him, and to see where they go with that story. That's really cool that he's actually got out. I am surprised we we only saw Judith in episode 6, fully grown up. I mean, we saw it at the end of episode 5, but then we had episode 6 with her, and she wasn't in the past 2 episodes. I found that kind of strange that she didn't turn up. That's just another observation. Enid and Alden are a thing. I just got this feeling that they might be, when they stood next to each other in that first scene when they went back to Hilltop, and then when she asked to speak to him, I was like, okay, they're going to be a thing. Whether it's going to be a love triangle with Henry, I don't know. I feel like Henry's probably maybe a bit too young for Enid anyway. It's just kind of a crush he has, and I feel like they seem to imply that Henry and Addie might become a thing. So I don't think there'll be a love triangle or anything, but interesting to see Enid and Alden paired up. I've thought originally that he and Maggie were going to be a thing later on down the line, but obviously things may have changed. They may never have gone down that route anyway, but that's what I thought might happen one day. But obviously, with Maggie not being on the show all the time now, they can do stuff like this. I'd like to see more of a spotlight on it and focus on it. Should be interesting. It does make me sad, because obviously she's moving on from Carl, but it's been like 6 years since Carl's death, and he'd want her to move on and be happy, so I'm happy for her as long as she's happy. I do kind of feel bad for Henry though, bless him. His scenes with like Carol and their goodbye and everything, it's like, oh. I feel like we haven't seen Ezekiel a lot in the last few episodes either, which is kind of sad. Or Jerry. Where's Jerry? So I hope we see some of these characters that we didn't see a lot this half of the season, a lot more in the second half. Yeah, I suppose speaking of Henry, although I also really liked the scenes of these like long time characters coming back together, like Michonne and Carol. I really liked their scene together. Michonne and Tara and everything. I liked those kind of snippets. And then going back to Henry, he got a lot of focus in this episode. I feel like he could be filling some of Carl's storylines from the comics, maybe. I know they do their own thing like Judith and everything, but I feel like they could use Henry in that way, because he got a lot of focus. He clearly seems to be becoming quite a major player moving forward. Because he got his whole storyline with like these new friends of his and stuff. I really like Addie, she seemed really sweet. The other two seem a bit like dickheads, but we'll see where they go with that. I like that they weren't like instantly at each other's throats. So I'm excited to see kind of what they do with that, and I really liked the guy who was like giving Henry the apprenticeship as well, and they're seen together. You'll have to let me know, because he said like, I've been stood where you were, like locked up. Is that the guy who tried to kill Maggie in the premiere? I don't know if it is. I feel like it could be, and that would make sense. But if it's not, then that's fine. But I really liked that character, so I hope they explore him and Henry a bit more. But I am kind of intrigued to see what they're going to do with Henry, because I wasn't expecting him to be quite so central. But there we are. We caught up briefly with Rosita. She's going to be okay, so that's cool. Eugene is, dislocated leg and all that, but he's alive, so that's something. I'm glad we kind of caught up with him. And then Jesus. If anyone was going to go, I kind of thought it would be Jesus, based on like how much of a focus he got in the last episode, and with his talk with like Aaron at the start, saying, "Oh, if you let yourself be a leader, you'll be a really good leader. You know, Hilltop needs you. Rest in peace, Jesus." Yeah, I'm really upset about Jesus going. I was really starting to really like him. I think I mentioned it last week. It's just make him interesting, and then kill him. Oh, it's kind of frustrating. I feel like it's kind of a lot of wasted potential with Jesus as a character. They introduced him, and then season 7 and 8, he didn't really have a lot to do. You know, he had some ninja stuff. He had a fight with Morgan. Some scenes with Maggie, and what's his name? Gregory, that dickhead. Not rest in peace to Gregory. He had scenes with him, but outside of that, we haven't really gotten much, which is a shame, because I really like the actor, and the character was always quite interesting right from the off, with that bizarre chase sequence with him, Rick, and Daryl. But I'm sad that he's gone. That's really upset me. I'm kind of gutted, because I felt they could have done a lot more with that character, but It is what it is. Sets the stakes high for the Whisperers, them kind of killing a main character right from the off, really. That scene where Jesus was killed and that Walker like dodged his attack, that was pretty cool. So that's interesting. I'm excited to see where that main plot thread will go in the second half of the season. But yeah, really, really good episode. I really enjoyed it. Really kind of cool mid-season finale, even though it didn't really feel like a mid-season finale until like the end and that damn cliffhanger. Oh, yeah, good episode. It wraps up a very, very strong first half of the season for me. I'm really liking season 9. I think you got to shout out Angela Kang as the new showrunner. I think she's done a brilliant job. There's been a few kind of episodes I was like, yeah, they're okay. But for the most part, I've really loved the new direction they've taken the show in. She didn't have an easy job, having to oversee the departure of Rick and Maggie. Rick permanently, it seems. But I do have to say, I really respect the show's approach to Rick making his exit. Because they haven't been like, oh boo-hoo, we've lost our leading man. There's been a few references to him, obviously, as there would be. But they've just got on with it. And this is where the story is going now. Sit back, relax and enjoy. Particularly in this episode, I don't think we got a mention of Rick or anything in this episode. This is where the story's going. Enjoy it or don't. And I really respect that approach. They haven't kind of trying to just linger on Rick. There's still a lot of story they can tell. So I really appreciate that approach to things. I think it earned a lot of respect from me. Because obviously, losing Rick is still a huge blow, don't get me wrong. And I still miss Rick and Maggie a lot. And will continue to do so. I still feel their absence quite a bit. But we gave Rick a beautiful final episode. Maggie will hopefully come back next season. And I feel like the show could have easily died with Rick. But I think there's still a lot of life left in it. And I really am enjoying where season 9 is going, these new characters, this new kind of dynamic, the time jump and everything. The introduction of the Whisperers, I think a very interesting villain. Negan breaking out should be really, really cool. I'm very excited to see where they're going to take this next year for the second half of season 9. But I'm absolutely loving this season so far. I think it's been a really, really solid run, flown by. I cannot believe it's been 8 episodes. Just madness. But yeah, really good episode. Great setup for the second half next year. Very sad about Jesus though. I feel like a lot of wasted potential with that character. But yeah, really cool episode. And until my next Walking Dead reaction, I'm still catching it with Fear the Walking Dead, but for my next Walking Dead reaction next year, it's going to be a long wait. I'll have to check when it comes back. But yeah, thank you all for watching my reactions to season 9, and I'll see you next year. Thanks for watching.